Well, hello and welcome to a very special edition of the SJHL Insider Podcast. I'm your host, as usual, Jamie Neugebauer. Clark and I can't wait to get the season going. But first, a little tease. We have one of the top young defensemen in the SJHL coming up. It is 2006 birth year, Melville Millionaires defenseman Cohen Swan. Cohen, thanks for doing this. How's your summer going?
It's been good, Jamie. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's great to have you on. Before we get into your rookie season, which you just came off of and played, I think, terrifically I want to talk about the National Ball Hockey Championships that was just concluded. I got to call a bunch of it, which was a lot of fun, and you got to play in it with Team Saskatchewan U19, and I counted eight guys. Cohen on the team that has played at least one SJHL game. You and Carson Dick, Rylan Pierce. Luke Brunin, I think, played a little bit for Melville, and the list kind of goes on. But a bunch of other guys, Ethan Sotner, I think, will be a key piece for the Kindersley Clippers next year. Kind of list goes on of SJ guys that were involved with your team. I guess just talk about how the experience went. And first of all, how'd you get into it? And second of all, how did it go?
Well, first off, Sask, we didn't have that many people want to play ball hockey this year, so I just got an invite to come out and play. I think they had six guys registered for the team, so lots of the guys unfamiliar with the ball hockey relied on like Rylan Pierce and Luke Brunin. They played for a bunch of years, kind of taught everyone the strings, and it was great. It was like playing hockey, just hanging out with the guys, but we didn't start too good. Started off the tournament 0-4, but playoffs rolled around. We brought home gold. It was pretty
Mhm.
nice. Hanging out with the guys is the best part. Like it's just that's why I play hockey. It's super fun.
Yeah, for sure. And it was up in Saskatoon. People don't know there was age groups from the U20, U15 to the U23 level. There were SJHL connections all throughout all the Saskatchewan teams. And it was pretty cool. One thing is that you beat Kitchener-Waterloo in the finals, and Kitchener-Waterloo is where I went to university. So a little bit of a bone to pick with you. Obviously, I'm just kidding. But that's kind of neat. I guess you just mentioned there a bit the guys who were trying to change it to the ball hockey mindset. I guess what is that, learning curve like? Obviously, everybody can fool around and play shinny or just with your buds in a gym or for a thing, anybody who plays hockey can screw around in a ball hockey gym. But what's the difference, high level SJHL ice hockey and then, a ball hockey tournament like this where there's kind of national team kids?
Well, it's like it's a lot different shooting, and then but mainly just like defense and like you can't pinch. There's no hitting. Like the ball like gets chipped by you so easily, and just moving the ball quick is like power plays should guaranteed goal if you can move the ball good. It's tic tac toe in the back of the net.
Yeah, it was certainly interesting, and I had a lot of fun calling it, and I'm sure you had a lot of fun playing in it, and obviously really proud and really cool to see all the SJHL connections there. Speaking of the SJHL, obviously rookie year under your belt, it was a really nice year for the Melville Millionaires. It seems like it was a million years ago in some ways, and yesterday in others. Which is it for you? Does it feel like it's been a short summer because it's a longer season than you've ever played, maybe? Or does it feel like it was a long time ago? And I guess just some of your memories from the season for the Mills.
I feel like it's been a forever ago. I can't wait to get going again. Like games, like just ball hockey this weekend. Like it's so fun. Like I can't wait to get going with the season. But Melville, great experience. Like our community is amazing, and playoffs. Wish it would have went a different way, but next year I really like our chances.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I said it on some shows, said it in some places. It was a series that was short amount of games that you guys had with Battlefords, but if you actually watched it, it could have gone either way like every single night. So obviously they had a lot of pedigree and guys left over from championship, and maybe that was a slight difference, and you guys need to find a way to figure out how to close a game out. But that takes me to my next question is that you have a coach who understands, how to win at the SJHL level and in any level probably. You put Doug in any locker room and he'll probably find a way to make it a winner. I guess what was that experience like? I know a lot of people from the outside kind of see Doug as this larger than life character, hard nosed guy, makes you work hard, holds you accountable, that kind of a thing. But what's it like on the inside playing for Doug?
I think it's really good. He like coaches us hard, like all its defense, like take away time and space. Like you could have a super skilled team, but if you got half a second to think, make a play, whatever, it's you don't got much time against us. We'll take it away. And he's just like all about battling, working hard, and then the offense will come. We'll create turnovers, get down the ice, and make stuff happen.
Yeah, it's certainly gritty team, a much faster team than I think a lot of people gave you guys credit for in terms of the way you guys could skate, get it in transition. I think of, Caden Drury and Jaden Yogan, like these guys can absolutely fly on any ice surface and certainly showed that well. I got to ask you about the decor. I love this idea of mentorship. I love the idea of guys learning from real good vets, and obviously in the likes of Peyton Kostishin, had as good as human being as anybody. You had Colby Ball also there to kind of learn from, and some other young guys. But just talk about kind of like the decor and the fact that you guys could have, other than those two guys, Ball and Kostishin, I guess you could have pretty much everybody else back.
Yeah, well, like it was a great decor. Like every day practice was a battle. Like everyone just going hard. It was so physical and just making everyone better. Like Peyton and Colby, like awesome guys. Peyton, great shot. Like watching him fire it, just like try and like I don't know, take a few tips from that. And Colby, just awesome offensive defenseman, getting up in the rush. He can real skate. Just learning from those guys.
Hmm. For sure. I guess what's the difference then between this off season and the last one in that, obviously I called your very first preseason game, well, not your very first preseason, one of your first preseason games against Notre Dame. And I was like, who is this guy? Like, I knew you were a good contacts player, but I was like, wow, who's this guy? Just talk about, how you were preparing last year, maybe versus how you're preparing this year, now that you have a little bit of information experience of what junior hockey's like.
I feel like last year I was just trying to like get my size up, really try and like be able to keep a physical presence with the coming into the mill season. And like this year I'm more trying to like focus on speed and like agility because I feel like that's more applicable to my game. I kind of got the physical side down, just
Mhm.
really trying to get faster and be able to keep up, make plays.
Yeah, for sure. Just a few more questions. Everybody kind of talks about the SJ, and I know you're from Saskatoon, so the SJ is not going to be a surprise to you, but I'm sure you have lots of Western Hockey League buddies and buddies playing in leagues wherever. But just people talk about how the SJ is this old league and whatever, but Doug Johnson, who is known for these veteran heavy teams, gave a guy like you, a guy like Cole Keane, the list kind of goes on, plenty of opportunity. Jaden Yogan was only in '05, he's still only in '05. Like he gave these guys opportunity. Seems like a lot of coaches in the SJ are giving younger guys opportunity. Are you seeing that as something that is really kind of driving kids to the SJ these days?
Yeah, well, especially with the birth rule thing, having to stay in SAS, lots of guys like coming here. It's a step up from AAA, so lots of guys come here and get good development. And I really think coaches like leaning on those younger skilled players to help
Mhm.
drive their team.
Yeah, for sure. Couple questions. You mentioned it a little bit there briefly, but I know it was kind of emotional to when I was talking to like a Benny Walchuk, even to Doug, even though again he wasn't around that long, but just to see the rink packed and going into the playoffs and the atmosphere and I got to call a game between you guys and Yorkton there on TV late in the year, and it was actually a game that didn't really mean anything, I think, in the standings. It was still just electric in the rink. Just how much fun to jump into junior hockey and have an atmosphere and a community come around the team like that.
Well, it was awesome. Melville took some like huge steps that year with Doug coming in and the rink, my billets, everyone was just amazing, like super welcoming. It was like the games were electric. Like you couldn't hear anything going on nice. D would be calling for a pass, it just
Mhm.
blaring loud.
Yeah, and absolutely, and lots of fun, and yeah, just the atmosphere to call a game there. Like Rory and I absolutely could feel it. Just calling a game again that was late in the regular season that didn't really mean much, even then, and we could feel that buzz, and I'm sure it's just going to keep growing. Then last question there, Cohen. We'll keep it short and sweet, but what are you taking into this new year? Again, all these guys that could come back for you guys. Obviously, you lose Will Dyke and Peyton Kostishin and a couple other vets, and that's not easy, but so much to like about this Millionaires team right now.
Yeah, I really like our group coming back. We lose a few key pieces, but like lots of our 04s, our 05s, like we got a solid group coming back, and even some of our prospects, like we skated with a few of them, Jake Brilletts and a bunch of the Pats. Like I think we got a great team this upcoming year.
For sure. Are you gonna take any ball hockey tips to your guys too and be like, hey, like now that I'm a ball hockey vet, this is what I can show you, maybe on like a night off or something?
I don't know. Maybe if we head to the gym, I can show the guys a few ball hockey tricks.
There you go. And then you can say to the goalies, like, there's no excuse. If Luke Brunin could be this good ball hockey out, like, I don't know. Because
Yeah.
obviously, for those that don't know, Luke Brunin, Mills call up, but played Portland Winterhawks as a goalie, really good goalie, and played out for Team Saskatchewan. So no excuses, I guess. I'm just kidding. I'm just being silly. Thank you so much, Cohen, for your time. Really appreciate it. And I can't wait to watch you play again coming up this season.
Thanks for having me.